Arthur and Ruslan's off-road vehicles traveled along a broken mountain road. The journey was very difficult and challenging. But the friends did not lose heart and finally reached the place Naya had told them about.
Do you think this is the place?
I think it is. There's the lake, and into it falls the waterfall of 3 streams, just as Naya described. But where is the cave? Oh, look, Arthur.
Do you see bats?
They live in caves, so it is where they fly.
The friends climbed up to a rock ledge and found a grotto there. As they walked along it, they saw a silhouette at the back of the cave. They shined the flashlight on a woman with long hair. It was Prajna. Arthur described the whole situation to her in detail and asked for help.
Yes, you are close to solving this mystery. The fact is that the Earth is ruled by a small group of black magicians. They are also called the Devil's Servants, and they operate through the secret services. And different presidents and ministers are just pawns in their hands. Today, they act through mass media, and earlier, they acted through religions. As people fanatically believed in the ministers of cults, they put their priests in charge, and those priests perverted the essence of religions, turning them into formal rituals, saying that one could just go to church on Sundays, put candles out, read prayers in the evenings, and that would be enough for spiritual development. They removed from religion the most important things that allow the development of the human soul. This perversion led to the emergence of Jihad, Crusades, Inquisition, the destruction of dissenters. But still, there are people who keep the true knowledge. I see that you are light souls, and it is possible for you to reach the true understanding.
After listening to Prajna's explanation, the friends drew their attention to a small portrait standing in a corner of the cave.
Who is that?
This is my master. When you are ready, he will appear to you. In the meantime, prepare for the retreat, the great practice of pratyahara, which will reveal your hidden powers. The fact is that the flow of information that acts on our senses prevents us from revealing clairvoyance and other abilities. Now contemplate the lake. Visualize something pleasant and joyful. Feel the state of your body. Feel your aura. Now remember this state, and to reproduce it easily, make an anchor. Put your index finger and thumb together and chant Om, linking this state mentally with that anchor. Now, I want you to imagine something unpleasant that is troubling you.
Arthur remembered the conflict with the rector and the bitter truth about the actions of the secret services, and an unpleasant feeling arose in his chest. His body tensed, his breathing became constricted, and an unpleasant clot of energy appeared in his aura as if in front of his chest.
Now, it is necessary to push this state out of you, this hostile twist of energy. Take a breath, and on the exhalation, sharply strike mentally at this state, at the negative energy in your aura, shouting, "Ha! Do this several times, visualizing an energy beam coming from the body and destroying the hostile phantom of the evil spirit. Negative sans contact. Now, I want you to make your anchor just as you did before and enter a harmonious state.
The friends folded their fingers and chanted Om and entered a harmonious state of peace.
This way, if something does happen, you now know what to do. But try not to be affected by anything, by cultivating detachment.
Then, Prajna showed them a ritual of mudras, by which they were to raise Kundalini and open the chakras to enter the subtle plane while being in Pratyahara. Prajna showed special breathing and physical exercises, explained how to do purges during fasting, how to meditate, and escorted the friends to 2 caves where they were to have a retreat practicing Pratyahara.
When a person is in a dark cave in the place of power and fasts for 40 days, they no longer have external impressions, and hidden sensitivity and telepathy begin to awaken in them. The third eye opens. Due to fasting, the subtle channels are cleansed, and a person feels energy and their subtle body better. They can even learn to leave the physical body. In the cave, the subtle plane will be revealed to you. But whatever you see, remain calm and detached. The lower spirits want to frighten, seduce, excite a person with their images, and then feed on that person's energy. They can even drive a person crazy. Therefore, one must maintain a detached contemplation.
Arthur saw ancient rituals of priests, bizarre spirits of the dead floating around him. He realized he could tune in and see what he wanted. And then Arthur tuned in and saw the black magicians ruling the world. Gathered together, they were plotting to zombify people, to create more misery and suffering in the world.
We've already started incurable diseases, AIDS. We need to invent new diseases that kill people. Allocate funds for our research institute to create new viruses.
His practice continued, and one day his whole cave was illuminated by a shimmering light. A glowing ball of light flew into it. The light softly condensed, and the very man he had seen in Prajna's portrait materialized in front of Arthur.
Are you Bhagavan?
Yes, you have already learned clairvoyance, but you do not know what you should try to see. All earthly knowledge is nothing before the most important thing, the vision of God. And He is not somewhere. He is in you, in your heart. And the way to Him is love. When it reaches a great intensity in you, God will awaken in you. Now feel love for the whole world. Now I will intensify this feeling of God's awakening in you with my energy so that you know what to strive for.
He touched Arthur's chest with his fingers, and he felt a great, all-embracing love. And then the divine awakened in him. He himself, the walls of the cave, Bhagavan, everything around him was God, from atoms to galaxies. A sense of sacred awe overwhelmed him. But Bhagavan withdrew his finger, and Arthur's previous state of mind returned.
God is love. He who abides in love abides in God.
Then the faint light of a candle flickered in the cave, and Arthur heard Prajna's voice.
Enough, my son. It is time to come out of the cave. But for now, get used to the candlelight so you don't get blinded by the light of the sun.
After leaving the cave, Arthur met Ruslan, and the friends shared their impressions. However, after the friends came out of the retreat, a flood of external impressions fell upon them, and gradually their abilities began to disappear. And when they came out of the hunger strike and went on a normal diet, all the subtle states disappeared altogether.
You have a long way to go to make what you have experienced your own. But I will wait for you again. Now, go back to your homeland and pass on your knowledge to others.
In parting, Prajna taught them the practices that would help cure Alice, and gave them instructions to pass on to the people. Enriched by the new spiritual experience, the friends set out on their journey back. In our extreme times, when the fate of the entire planet is at stake, it is crucial for the knowledge of angels and benevolent spirits to spread as quickly as possible, globally, and reach thousands of people. In this way, we can change the future of all humanity. Which is why we are addressing you, dear soul of light. Spread the knowledge about our wise books and films. Share links to videos or cartoons. All of this is available and free. Invite women to individual practices, webinars, and seminars. And the Great Spirit of Light will help you and your family. It will direct an enormous amount of energy to fulfill all your desires. Benevolent spirits and angels will assist you and your loved ones in all matters. A thread of light and love extends from your heart to the hearts of thirsty women, and the creation of good and the dissemination of enlightened knowledge throughout the world begins. Become part of the mission of light, help people, and God will help you.